They watched him jog up the court, loose laces, baggy jersey, no sprint, no speed, just rhythm. And they made the same mistake again. Too slow, they said, too unathletic, too foreign, until the step back landed and the crowd fell silent and the scoreboard didn't lie.
In contact with basketball, every time he had a game in the halftime or before the game, I was going to shoot, even if I couldn't hit the rim because I was like 3 years old.
This kid from Slovenia, he wasn't trying to beat you with flash. He was trying to understand you, read your angles, feel your breath, then kill you with timing. He didn't enter the league to chase fame. He came in with trophies already packed. He came in fluent in pressure. And every time they doubted him, he answered in a different language, not with words, with buckets. When he dropped 73, he didn't scream, didn't point at his chest, didn't need to. Because for Luka Dončić, the game has always spoken louder than he does. Now he's in purple and gold. But the story stays the same. He slows the world down, then bends it to his will. And if you love the craft, if you live for the moments where time stands still, keep watching. Because Luka doesn't play basketball. He orchestrates it. Before he ever laced up in the NBA, Luka Dončić had already lived a basketball life grown men would envy. He was born in Ljubljana, Slovenia, but his world was never small. His father played the game, coached it, studied it. His mother kept him grounded in discipline and vision. While most kids his age chased toys or cartoons, Luka was chasing angles. At 7 years old, he was playing against kids nearly twice his age and beating them with nothing but footwork and feel. By age 13, Luka packed up and moved alone to Spain. Real Madrid, the brand, the pressure, the language he didn't speak. He wasn't just leaving home, he was leaving comfort. They gave him minutes in practice, then minutes in garbage time. Then one night at just 16 years old, they let him start, and the whispers began.
I had to leave all my family, all my friends, the school I was there, everything, so...
He chased repetitions, quiet nights in the gym, hours of watching film until the patterns in the defense started to look like code he could crack. By 18, he won the EuroLeague MVP and Final Four MVP in the same season, led Real Madrid to a title. Not just a star, the best player in Europe, but he was never flashy, never loud, never thirsty for approval. He was surgical, patient, composed, because even then, Luka wasn't playing to prove anything. He was playing like someone who already knew. He didn't walk onto an NBA court like a rookie. He walked on like someone who had already seen it. The pressure, the spotlight, the grown man bump. But the league still didn't believe. Draft night 2018. Atlanta takes him third, only to ship him to Dallas for Trae Young and a pick. Luka Dončić became the question mark in a blockbuster trade before ever touching an NBA ball. The doubt was immediate. Too slow, too soft. Eurostats don't translate. He can't guard, can't blow by. But from the jump, Luka started exposing the league. That rookie season, he danced on defenders with step backs that landed like daggers, threw passes before his teammates even cut, controlled tempo like a 10-year vet, slowing it down, then slicing you open. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists every night. He wasn't just a rookie, he was the offense. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was the moments. A game winner here, a late fourth quarter takeover there, and that look, cold, calm, untouchable. They thought he needed to adjust, but the NBA was adjusting to him. Through all the hype and Rookie of the Year chatter, he stayed grounded. Dirk was still there in his final season, watching, guiding, silent handoffs, quiet nods in the locker room. It wasn't loud, it was legendary. By the end of the season, nobody questioned it anymore. Luka Dončić didn't just belong in the NBA. He was already bending it to his will. They tried to game plan him, double teams, long defenders, big bodies hedging high. But no matter the coverage, Luka found the gap. And if there wasn't one, in just his second season, he was averaging nearly 29, 9, and 9. Numbers you build a system around. He wasn't just good, he was inevitable. Dallas was back in the playoffs. Luka Dončić versus the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, 2 elite defenders, one 21-year-old running the show. Game 4, buzzer beater, step back 3, right over Reggie Jackson. He hit it, limped away on a bad ankle, raised one hand, and whispered something under his breath. Didn't need to shout. The whole world heard it. Yet the Mavs lost that series. Just like the next year, another first-round exit again to the Clippers. But every time the door shut, Luka came back with the key. No drama, no trade demands, no cryptic tweets. Just Luka, in the lab, in the film room, getting smarter, quieter, meaner.
pitch right now. It's amazing feeling, very special for me, and I'm so glad to have these teammates, to have these coaches, to have everybody in my team, and I'm really happy.
Then came 2022. Phoenix, 64 wins, top seed, Dallas down 0-2. People started writing them off, and Luka, he smiled. Game 7, 35 points, in their house. By halftime, it was over. As the Suns bench watched the lead balloon to 40, Luka strolled back down the court, grinning. Everybody acts tough when they're up. That's what he said. That's who he is. Not just a scorer, not just a passer, a killer in slow motion. And when the pressure spikes, that's when he breathes easier. By now, there was no more doubt. Not from analysts, not from rivals, not from fans. This wasn't just a future MVP. This was a problem the league couldn't solve. By now, everybody knew what Luka Dončić could do. But on January 26, 2024, he did something the league hadn't seen in decades. 73 points. Not in a blowout, not in garbage time. In a real game, against real pros, with real stakes. A clinic of footwork, angles, and impossible control. He hit threes with hands in his face. Dissected traps like they were drills. Scored off balance, off glass, off instinct. No flex, no show. Just a slow jog back on defense. That night, something changed. The respect wasn't just from fans. It came from players, coaches, legends. Only Wilt, Kobe, and David Thompson had ever done that.
It wasn't great, because we lost, but me, personally, I learned a lot, from...
And Luka did it with one hand on the steering wheel. But greatness has its price. Behind the numbers, cracks were showing in Dallas. Roster moves weren't landing. The chemistry was off. Defense worse. Even with Luka putting up historic numbers, the Mavs missed the playoffs. Again, the frustration wasn't loud, but it was real. Then came the shockwave, a trade, mid-season. Luka Dončić to the Los Angeles Lakers. In exchange for Anthony Davis, picks, and future flexibility, Dallas turned the page. Luka was walking into the most iconic franchise in basketball, the ghosts of Magic, but he didn't act like a savior. He didn't talk about legacy. He just said one thing, I'm ready. His first game back in Dallas, 45 points, a win, a quiet nod to the crowd that raised him. He didn't celebrate. He didn't gloat, because deep down, Luka knows. This wasn't LeBron feeding a young star. This was LeBron trusting one. Luka didn't just earn that trust with scoring. He controlled tempo, called out coverages, talked to rookies, took the pressure off Bron. And on nights when LeBron sat, Luka showed the weight didn't scare him. One game, national TV, fourth quarter, tied at 98. Luka hit the switch. Soft pick, defender on his hip, jab step, mid-range pull-up. Next possession, no-look dime to Rui. Then a step-back three to ice it. While Luka was making history from Madrid to Dallas to Los Angeles, he never stopped being Luka from Ljubljana. He still FaceTimes his mom before big games. Still reps Slovenia like it's a second skin. Still speaks his native language off camera. It shows in his tattoos, in the way he honored Dirk, in the way he moves with loyalty, gratitude, and humility.